Hi guys, I don't like the theatre of PMQs, but I feel obliged to cover it somewhat. So as this was the first after the summer recess, there was a lot of pressure on the new Prime Minister Keir Starmer to perform, and I think he did pretty well here. In this clip, he attacked the Tories over the disaster they left behind them, the damage to growth strikes have had on their watch, and the struggles of the NHS. He cunningly used the winter fuel allowance that the Tories have been using to attack him on, and turned it against Kemi Badenoch. Have a listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, we spent the whole election with him trying to tell the country that everything was fine, and this is the result they got. A massive mandate on this side to change the country. And if he carries on pretending everything is fine for ordinary people across the country, they're going to be there for a very, very long time. And I remind him that we inherited absolute chaos from the party opposite. We lost an average of 3 million working days a year to strikes under his watch. And you cannot fix the economy if the trains don't work, and you can't fix the economy if the NHS isn't working. And when it comes to winter fuel payments, they're having a competition, as I understand. They're going to be voting later on today. Well, his shadow housing minister, we found this. She's the favourite, I think. Some of them will be probably voting for her this afternoon. She said, her words, I have people in my constituency telling me they don't need winter fuel payments. Why do we not have a more sophisticated mechanism for mean testing? That's their favourite, I think, in the contest that they are having.
You know, it's all about narratives. It's all about perception. And, you know, one of the things I hate about PMQs is the theatre, but you have to play the game. And the game here seems to be blame the Conservatives for the disaster that Labour has inherited, which is correct. Go on the attack over this, and then highlight issues that, well, there's agreement on. So the Conservatives and their friends in the media, of course, have been attacking Labour on the winter fuel allowance, and this is taking money from the poorest in society and handing it over to Labour's trade union bosses. Of course, that's not the case, but that's the narrative. That's the story that they've been spinning. So it's a little bit embarrassing for the Conservatives when the person who's expected to replace Rishi Sunak, Kemi Badenoch, supported something like this, I believe, in 2022. So she stood up and she said, yes, we need to have a better system than what's currently in place, basically a means-tested system, exactly what Keir Starmer is pushing for. So if he's able to sell the public the narrative that the Tories have left chaos behind them, which is true, and that some of the policies that he's using to replace that damage, or to fix that damage, I should say, is supported by senior Tories, then he sort of negates the criticism. Now, I don't know how long this will last. This is theatre once again. This is not about policy. So I don't know how long he can continue to use the failures of the past, the previous government, as an excuse. He needs to start fixing things as soon as possible. He needs to show some sort of result, some positive result for ordinary people. Because he can say this for the next few months, but I think the public will get tired of it. And of course, the Conservatives will turn around and say, okay, well, what are you going to do? You're just criticising us all the time. So while it's good for theatre at the beginning of PMQs, I think the narrative will have to change. It will have to change to, okay, this is what we're doing to fix the problems. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.